welcome back to the studio.
Other guests, another accomplishments through refining their talents, shedding light on inspiring figures from different countries and cultures around the world was the main purpose of their book that now transformed into a movement with a cause. Now we have Pilar Carrasco
And Delphine Barets with us today. Girls, lovely to have you with us in the studio.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
You're more than welcome. So ladies, there's so much we've heard about you. Can you briefly introduce yourselves, what you do, where you've come from, what you've done?
Sure. So, well, I'm French. I'm the co-founder of Those Who Inspire. So it's an initiative that was started by me and my French partner. We got the inspiration because, as you said, everything started with inspiration. In Oman, out of all places, we were journalists and we were traveling the world.
Nice.
And one day we met someone who inspired us to change our life and to do some more giving back. And the idea was how we could inspire the local youth with local role models. So we started our first book filled with 60 or so inspiring Omanis from all walks of life, and they share their stories. But not only that, they agreed to become mentors, and it was a success. We managed to change the life of many millennials who received their books, and then we went on. We did UAE, then Nigeria.
So local, around the Gulf.
Yes, Kuwait would be the third book, actually. Yes,
Wow,
yes.
nice.
But we are all around the world. But it's true that we have.
So you're moving from one country to another.
Yes.
Sharing your message.
Exactly.
To the community.
So then we went into Nigeria, and Pilar was the director of the Nigeria project. It was a really big book, 90 portraits.
Yes.
Pilar, what was your position in this? What roles did you take on?
Well, I'm Spanish, and well, I'm the director of Those Who Inspire Kuwait.
Yeah.
So that means that I do the production, let's say, of the whole book.
Okay. So you take a bigger role, especially in Kuwait, because that's where you more concentrating on.
Yes.
So you said you covered the UAE, Oman, and now Kuwait, so 3 countries?
Yes, but we also, on this part of the world, but we have a book in Hong Kong, we have one coming up in Mexico soon, we have a book in production in Lebanon, Spain, France, only a region in France, and next one will be suddenly Qatar also, so we have books everywhere.
So different cultures, different backgrounds. Ladies, how is it, is it easy to interact with these people, different ethnicities? Is it easy? Do they understand your message, or is there any difficulties you have to face? Tell us more about your experience.
Well, I think that every country is very different, so obviously they all come with their own culture, and Kuwait is no exception to that. But we were very, and you will agree with me, we were very welcomed to Kuwait. People were extremely generous with their time, with sharing the story. We also found a lot of people wanted to be in mentoring. We felt that there was a real care for the youth and a real desire to give them guidance and empowerment. So it was not that difficult. The thing is also that when we go into a country, even though our books are always intended to the millennials, to young people who might be questioning what study to do or what job to get in, we understand that the Kuwait youth had different concerns than Hong Kong or Nigeria. So this was the job of Pilar. For 1 month, she kept talking with young people. She kept talking with every Kuwaiti she met, trying to understand, how is Kuwait.
So you're focusing on young youths.
The message is for them, but the people portrayed in the book are all age. So the youngest one in Kuwait is actually, she's 14. And she's an aspiring ballerina, and she has already won a competition in France. And we hope that, with her portrait, she might just not convince thousands of people to be ballerina, but at least show that it's important to pursue your dreams. And the oldest one in the book is in her late 70s. She didn't want to really say her age. And she's a poet, and I believe also she is the guardian of the history of Kuwait. And in between that, there will be 63 portraits of men and women from all walks of life that are doing inspiring things in the sense they are passionate, they are very daring, they are either have achieved their dream or even in the process of achieving their dreams. They are trailblazer, first one to do this.
Great.
You know? So we try to find really different, of course everybody is unique, but very different stories, because we understand that the young out there, they're not going to aspire to become all the same thing.
Of course,
so
different genders, different backgrounds.
Yes, yes.
And also, because you, I mean, Pilar, you work with youth from different countries. What is the most common issue that rises, you know, during this experience, this journey? You know, youths from different cultures, background, have different upbringings. What is the most common that you get through all these different societies?
Well, I think the common thing is that they're all looking for role models at the end of the day, and mainly they're also looking for mentors. So in a way, we help them to find those role models, and we also find them to find those mentors. So that's what we try to do when we go to a country, to convince these role models to actually become a mentor, so they can give the message to the youth, they can help them and guide, you know.
So it's mainly a role model.
Yeah,
Yes.
and basically like the main target for the book is youth, or there's no specific age?
No, there's no age, but our books are always donated to universities. We have a special business model where half of the books are sold to you know, big enterprises, so companies that will purchase the book to give to the young employees, and then we, for one book purchase, will donate one book to universities. So books are intended for people, like I said, who are in the process of questioning themselves on their job or their studies. The one thing that I think is very common is entrepreneurship, and of course in Kuwait it kind of runs in the blood, and they're all very interested to be entrepreneurs, but we all have the same thing, you know, fear of failure, wondering what direction to do, what ideas to maybe start.
Great guidance.
So with the right guidance, we've found the possibility to talk to the mentors, because people who share their story with us don't just share the story. They're actually really committed, because at the end of their story they put an email address so that young people can call on them either to do one-on-one mentoring or to go to university to do talks. So they will find people who have the experience and can guide them, and then also take them faster into all the you know, problems that you will encounter when you become an entrepreneur, because nothing is a straight line. But I think with our books we can give them, you know, inspiration to find maybe what idea to be to do, and then, you know, encouragement and guidance.
So, since we were talking about books, have you like visited the books event here in Kuwait, in Mishraf?
The book fair?
The book fair.
No, we haven't visited this time because our book is not out yet. But we absolutely are going to be could be there next year when you have the book fair. Yes, definitely.
Pilar, tell us more about your seminars, workshops.
Well, what we'll do at the moment, we're currently here in Kuwait working in collaboration with the Ministry of Youth.
Okay.
So one of the things, I don't know if Delphine mentioned, it's that the people that it's in our books, they're committed to inspire, to guide the youth. So one of the things is that we would like them to come with us to the universities. So they can speak to the youth. So that's one of the things that we will do after we launch.
Which universities are you mostly based
Well,
at?
the aim is the public university, but we're also in contact with some private universities here in Kuwait.
Nice. Okay, but what about the difficulties that you faced here in Kuwait or in Oman or maybe the other countries? Like once you travel to a new country and start writing a book about them, there must be some difficulties. Can you like tell us one of the difficulties you faced here in Kuwait?
Something that you overcome, obviously.
Yes.
Well, honestly speaking, I mean, every country, like Delphine said, it's different. Everything has its challenge. But we thought at the beginning that the culture will be very different for us because we're European. But we found out that it was actually very nice, very
laid
pleasant.
Back,
yes, easygoing, exactly. So. Honestly speaking, it's been very nice and very welcoming. So there hasn't been any huge challenge, and people are really looking to give back to the community. So
okay, that's great to know. So you don't know until you try, you know. So once you got there, you felt the vibes. You felt, you know, what
we didn't know what to expect. And
well, there you go. It's an experience, and it's great to hear. You know, you got along with a lot of people and, you know, welcomed in different countries.
We definitely think that the best way to know a country is through its people, and we've interviewing already 56 people in Kuwait. So obviously we have quite a good vision of what is Kuwait today. But Kuwait was actually a very easy country, very welcoming, very open. I think after 1 week we were here, we were invited in some people's home to have dinner. So it was very different than maybe what we could have experienced in the UAE or in Nigeria, which was a very large country, very complicated in terms of logistics. Kuwait is just a dream.
Ladies, from all your wonderful talk, let's have a look now at your work of, you know, inspiring young youths.
Sharing stories. It's what our elders used to do until a few decades ago. Families would come together and share stories to instruct and inspire the younger generation. In today's world of fast-changing technology, how do mentors connect with young people? Those Who Inspire is a radical new book collection for young adults, featuring inspiring stories from leaders in their own country, region, or village. Finally, with Those Who Inspire, young people can read about mentors who share a similar background and can come to see that anything is possible. To find out how you can contribute, visit thosewhoinspire.co.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That was a great presentation, great work, I must say. Ladies, Kuwait, why Kuwait?
Actually, since our third book, we got the stamp of approval from UNESCO. They realized that our initiative is aligned with the values of UNESCO, which are education, empowerment of youth, and bridging communities, as we are creating a community of mentor and mentees. So we were very fortunate to meet the Kuwait ambassador in the UNESCO building in Paris. And he really told us that we should meet with the Ministry of Youth.
So he encouraged you.
Yes, he encouraged. He organized and helped us to, you know, think of Kuwait. And he organized a meeting with Pilar and Sheikh Zain in February. And this is also where we found out that Kuwait was the capital of youth. So there was no better place for us to be to do a book to inspire the youth when you are the capital of youth in the Arab world this year.
Excellent.
So actually Kuwait chose us.
Yes.
Well, either way, vice versa. I mean, it's good to know that.
Yes, and then we were very welcomed by the Ministry of Youth, who has helped us, guide us, and been a great partner in this you know, adventure.
Yeah. So I was about to ask who supported you, but I can tell right now that there's any other supporters here in Kuwait to help you facilitate your work.
Of course,
because the Ministry of Youth is a partner in the sense that they just help facilitate everything. But we are a business company with a social mission, so we want to donate books to the young people. We don't want any young person to have to pay for the book, but we need to finance the book. So we've been calling on major companies here in Kuwait for them to sponsor some books so that we can donate books. So we have actually been, and that's the hard part of the work, we've been looking for partners in the sponsoring. So for each book purchase, one book is donated. So we encourage more people to partner with us
So ladies,
and buy more books.
Any plans where maybe your next destination?
Well, like I said, Mexico is Qatar, yes, for sure.
Mexico.
But Mexico is going to be launched in end of March. Kuwait will follow. Normally after that will be Lebanon. Spain and France have already started, but it takes a long time to do our books because we really meet every person one-on-one. We take the time to also convince them to be mentor and to explain what it will mean. And then Qatar will be
great.
The next one. Yes.
Any last words before we conclude?
No, thank you to Kuwait and thank you to all of the people who have shared their story, to have come through and helped us make this book a reality and fantastic help for the young.
And you, Pilar?
No, same as Delphine. Thank you very much. We've been very happy to be in Kuwait, and we're very glad actually that Kuwait chose us.
That's nice to know that. Best of luck, ladies. You've been a great inspiration. Thank you so much for your time and joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching us today. Take care and see you next time.
And yes, that was it, ladies and gentlemen, for today's episode. I wish to see you next time.